You Don't Know Ball, episode 15. Welcome back, everyone. We had another great week of football. The college football regular season wrapped up with all the championship games being completed. We are now in full bowl season, if that's even a thing anymore, but playoff season in college football. And of course, the NFL, we are getting down to crunch time, 4 weeks left. So the playoff picture is really starting to take shape here. Well, a lot of exciting times going on. And when you look at the slate that we just had with the NFL, a lot of you know, very, very telling games and very crucial games. And we'll start with Monday night with the Eagles and Chargers because that's the most recent on our minds. And yeah, what was your original take from seeing? I mean, Jalen Hurts had 5 turnovers, which is insane to say, and the Eagles did end up losing in overtime. So, what is your initial reaction to that whole performance on Eagles offense?
Eagles' offense was abysmal like all day, and it wasn't all Jalen's fault. I think the 5 turnovers is very telling, but you see these huge drops by AJ Brown. Like it's like I don't. What was it? 5 drops? Did you see five?
I think technically it was 3, but there was
Yeah.
5 drops in my
A
opinion.
couple of them led. A couple of them were missed touchdowns. A couple of them led to interceptions. That was a mess. I think it says more how elite this Eagles defense is. How are
Yes.
they in the game? 5 turnovers. How are they in the game? I think N'Kobe Dean looked awesome. I think obviously Q is always awesome, but
Hmm.
this Eagles team really stood tall. I know they let Justin Herbert rush for 66 yards. He was the leading rusher. And it was good to see Omarion Hampton back. I know they're easing him into that role with Vidal still. I
Hmm.
know Trey Harris is coming off injury, so it was good
Hmm.
to see the Chargers be able to rush the ball without Joe Alt and that offensive line. But it was very interesting to see that game because it was so fun to watch. But man, Jalen Hurts, I don't, I don't know who to blame. I don't know.
Yeah, you can blame a lot of different. There's a lot of different pieces because I watched Jalen Hurts at the end of the game, and for as bad as he played with the 5 turnovers, he also did. I was fully confident that he was going to clutch up in overtime and win this game and silence a lot of people because you watch that 3rd and 18 pass to Devontae Smith, laser across the middle. It doesn't get
Mhm.
better than that. That was probably arguably one of the best throws of Jalen Hurts' career. And if you really go back and look at it, that was because especially with all the fans saying, "Oh, he can't throw over the middle." Kevin Patullo's scheme is built for elite quarterbacks that can really push it downfield, and Jalen Hurts can't do that. All that's bullshit. Jalen Hurts has proven that he can do that. You were talking about more recency bias, but anyways, Jalen Hurts looked poised in overtime, but again, it's just the interception at the end. I mean, that was a great play by Cam Hart, great deflection, and not the best decision by Jalen Hurts. I mean, I could see what he was thinking because he had a guy open, and then Cam Hart kind of drops back last second and gets in his vision. But you can't turn the ball over 5 times. And we talk about who's to blame. I think it's a mixture of everyone. I think it's a mixture of the O line not playing very well, which isn't getting Saquon going. It's a mixture of the play calling, adjusting from Kellen Moore leaving. It's AJ Brown's just really not stepping up because yeah, we talked about the drops. I think if there is someone to blame, it's AJ Brown. He dropped 2 touchdowns in the game. Plain and simple. So you can't put it all on Jalen Hurts. He does need to be better. But like we said, the Eagles defense stepped. I mean, they kept him in the whole way. 7 sacks on Justin Herbert. And the Eagles are a Super Bowl defense. They've been proving it against the best teams all year. So the Eagles are still going to be a contender. If this offense can really start clicking, they're still the team to beat in the NFC. It's just we've seen it for 14 weeks now. The offense isn't there. So I don't know if it will ever get there.
Yeah, one thing that was exciting to see as an Eagles fan, I'm not an Eagles fan, but for Eagles fans, to see Saquon break a couple loose. Finally.
Mhm.
First game
Yeah.
over 100 yards this season. Like, oh, the sigh of relief. I mean, I think Kevin Patullo gets a little bit too much hate, but I
Mhm.
do think some of it's deserved because Jalen Hurts isn't this pocket passer. Why are we acting like he is? Why are we building their offense off of the pass when they've been a rushing first offense for years and been so successful?
Yeah.
I know Monty Teo was talking about this. It was like Russ. Like he had Marshawn Lynch. He was a rush first quarterback. Wasn't much of a pocket passer. Goes to the Broncos. Tries to be different. Tries to be a pocket passer, and then his career just collapses. Like
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is a run first quarterback. They rely on the tush push. They get Saquon out wide. Like everything. And I think them going away from this has kind of led to their downfall, and that's why they've lost these 4 games straight. I mean, anytime like this season, if Hurts is throwing the ball over 30 times, they're 1-5.
Yeah.
Like I think that's telling. I think that's a telling statistic.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday he had 4 carries for 8 yards, lost the game. I think when you look, you even think back to week one versus the Cowboys, why did they win that game? Because Jalen Hurts was moving on the ground. I mean, he had what, two
Mhm.
touchdowns on the ground, like 60
Yeah.
yards. And then, like, I think back to the Buccaneers game, he was rushing it well, and they ended up coming back that game. Or not coming back, but they ended up saving their big lead that game. So, yeah, Jalen Hurts definitely needs to run the football more. But again, it's more telling because you don't have the talent that you once had on the O line. That is a big
Mhm.
issue. So you're definitely working on some kinks there, and yeah, like I said, we've seen it for 14 weeks now. I don't really have a lot of confidence in this offense to drastically change things around while the defense keeps them in the game. So it'll be interesting to see it come down. Like I know Cowboys fans are looking like rejoicing because they're what 2 games behind them right now, and
Yeah.
the Eagles do got a soft schedule at the end of the year, so I'm not really. I wouldn't get their hopes up too much because they got to play the Commanders twice, and the Commanders are
Hmm.
dog shit now. No Jaden Daniels, so they're still going to
Hmm.
probably win the division. But if you're a wildcard team, which the NFC wildcard race is really good right now, like a lot of 11-win teams, the NFC West is very good, the NFC North. If you're going on the road to Philly, I mean, I know the Bears aren't scared of that.
Hmm.
I know the Packers aren't scared of that. And I think the Lions, if they got opportunity to go back to Lincoln Financial, I think they're ready for that challenge. So
Yeah.
I think outside of the Bucks, they're one team that you're looking at like, all right, we can take these guys. My
Yeah, for
opinion.
sure. I don't think that's a scary road game anymore, like it used
Mhm.
to be.
Not like it used to be, but yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking in the
Yeah.
NFC though, how about your boy Nine getting the 31 to
Dude.
0 dub, outplaying Jaden Daniels, the big
Jane got hurt.
2025.
Let's be real. Jane got hurt, but
He,
that was. I don't know if that's like if he's the next Bryce Young, where he just sucks for 3 games and it's like Tom Brady for one. But
yeah, I mean,
I,
you watch JJ. I was looking at the highlights. I mean, JJ McCarthy was ripping great deep balls to Jordan Addison. Like he was throwing lasers on like these out routes, putting it perfect. Like he can rip the ball. He can sling the ball. There's no debating that. It's a matter of can we get it consistently? Can we be accurate? But he's got the tools there. He proved it. I know people are going to say, "Oh, Commanders defense blows." They do suck. But he put 31 to 0. That's what you're supposed to do against the bad defenses. And you can't fault him for that. So all of these 9 memes that are coming out right now, let's take a pause on them because JJ McCarthy showed that he is an NFL quarterback. And let's keep going because hey, Vikings are still in the playoff race. Somehow. It's gonna probably get eliminated this week. But
no.
they're still a decent team. Their defense isn't bad. And also he did this all with Justin Jefferson getting 2 catches. So he's putting up these
Mhm.
numbers without even getting Justin Jefferson involved. So
Yeah,
I
great.
mean, he's yeah. I think we need to pipe down on the hate a little bit. Just a little bit. Turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I saw some guys on Instagram Reels arguing he's not a top 40 quarterback. So funny.
Top
You know
40, bro.
those videos like, oh, I can name 10 quarterbacks better than JG McCarthy. They got all the
Yeah,
way up to like 43.
yeah, yeah,
It was
dude.
hilarious.
I don't know why this came out of my head, but obviously the JJ McCarthy meme, and we were just talking about the
Yeah.
Eagles, bro. Have you seen that new Keon Coleman meme? That's just all over.
No.
You know what I'm talking about on
No.
Twitter,
Is it on
where it's
Get
like
Up or
it's the
Up?
Cam Newton podcast, where it's like, it's the Keon Coleman man. You come in here eating cookies, and you want to be all showboating like, big dog. You're supposed to be the number one. You're acting like a
No.
bum. You haven't seen that? Oh, dude.
No, that's
Well, that's like
hilarious.
AJ Brown right now because that. No, yeah, you got to look it up. There's a ton of memes on it, and if you're
That's
listening to
hilarious.
this, you'll. I hope hopefully the viewers have heard that because yeah, it's all over. But anyways, yeah. So we got JJ McCarthy. I think he's on the rise here, but. Staying in the
Mhm.
NFC North, man, you look at these Bears drop one in the pack. That was a pretty significant loss because now they put themselves in a position where they have to win one of their last 3 games against the Packers, Niners, and Lions. It'll be interesting to see if they can get one of those done. I think the Packers are the most winnable game out of those 3 because I don't like having the Detroit in a win you're in game scenario. I don't like that at the end of the year. I don't like traveling to San Francisco. And we've said
Dude.
this since the beginning of the year. I feel like we always repeat this, but it is true that week 18 versus the Lions game is going to be very very huge. It's going to be the win you're in scenario. I don't trust them in that spot,
Dude.
so we'll see how they do. But
Dude, we were saying that week 4,
yeah.
but it's gonna come down to it. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I
Literally.
think I mean they lost. I know Caleb crumbled at the end, but he played fantastic.
Hmm.
Like he looked awesome that entire game. And I don't think anybody in Lambeau was happy. Like they won and they were happy, but they're like, now we got to play this team again.
I don't know about that, man. I feel like the defense was balling though. 14 to 3 at
No.
half.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I think
Jordan Love outside of that pick completely outplayed Caleb Williams.
yeah. Outside of the pick, but he threw the pick. I don't know, man.
Yeah, he threw the pick,
But
and what did it lead to any points?
no, didn't.
No.
Um,
So,
that was the same guy who has all those interceptions, right? He's awesome.
was it
Crazy.
Nishawn Wright that picked him off?
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah, he's been balling. I mean, Bears are the Bears still lead the league in takeaways? I know that they're very
They
well up
did
there.
last week, right? They did last
Yeah,
week.
so
I think they still
there's some
do.
ball hawks. There's some ball hawks for sure. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, the Lions are obviously still in the mix. So I mean, they looked better on Thursday night versus the Cowboys, obviously.
Yeah.
One team
What
I want to
about
talk about is or
you?
what do
Go
you
ahead.
got? Yeah, I wanted to talk about the Colts in their
Yeah,
scenario. So Daniel
same
Jones has
thing.
a brutal injury, and Riley Leonard comes into the game, and Riley Leonard looked pretty good. Like we saw the
I love him.
flashes of him evading the pocket. We saw him sling it a little bit. He had two touchdown passes in that game that got called back, or one got called back because of a push off that wasn't actually a push off, and then he had a dot in the back of the end zone to Alec Pierce where I thought he scraped his foot in, but didn't get his feet in, so that got overturned or didn't get called a touchdown.
Mm.
And in rainy weather against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have the best run defense in the league and a very good coverage unit, he played very well as a rookie in his coming in a scenario like that. So I think the Colts are gonna have a very tough task making the playoffs with the gauntlet schedule they got. You know, they got to play the Texans again, they got to play the Jags again, they got to play San Francisco. So I don't think they're gonna make it, but they are gonna be competitive, and there is a shot that they do make it. I don't think they will,
Mhm.
but there's a shot.
Yeah,
And
I
obviously they
I
brought in
think
Philip Rivers.
I feel for Colts fans right now. I know Philip Rivers is fun. I know he's friends with Steichen. So Steichen was the Chargers. What was it? Offensive quality control coach. Then he
Okay.
was the quarterback coach. Then he was the OC. So he was brought up in his coaching realm with Philip Rivers. So I'm sure right then and there he got the call. I know Philip Rivers. He just turned 44 yesterday.
Yeah.
He's been coaching. Is it high school football right now? Middle school football,
Yeah.
and I think they called him more to not only possibly play but nurture Riley Leonard. He has a grade one PCL sprain, which really isn't much. Like
Hmm.
that's it's like a week to week thing. Like he totally could play. Like Herbert would play. Like
Yeah.
Mendoza would play. Like the like gritty guy. Like Riley Leonard would play. You saw him in that national title game. Like
Yeah.
if it was up to Riley Leonard, he's absolutely starting this weekend. But I think they want Philip Rivers around just in case because I don't know who their fourth string is. He's like on and off the practice squad.
Brett Ripens on the roster
Yes.
too.
Yeah. Yes. And then so I think Philip Rivers is there like around there to not only nurture Riley Leonard but also play. But then again, Philip Rivers wouldn't delay his Hall of Fame 5 years by taking a snap if he wasn't actually going to play. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So
Yeah.
I don't think Philip Rivers would go through this if he wasn't expecting to play. So it should be very interesting. But
Yeah. Did you see how Philip Rivers' oldest daughter is the same age as Riley Leonard?
he's also his he's older than 12 active coaches.
Dude,
Crazy.
that's actually insane.
Crazy.
Like they don't have any like they there's no way that they're looking at Philip Rivers expecting to put him in the game, right? I mean, they brought him in as a straight mentor just to
No.
have some eyes on
Why
Leonard.
would he do it though? What's up, Matt?
What's up, Matt? We're talking Philip Rivers to the Colts right now.
Yeah, I saw that today. That's crazy. I think the
Yeah.
crazier headline is if he comes back, he won't be able to go in the Hall of Fame for 5 years. I don't know if you guys brought
Yeah.
that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We were just saying that, but I don't know. They definitely just brought him in as to have eyes on Leonard and just kind of walk him through some stuff. But like, dude, if Leonard can't play, like, let's say his knee injury actually does keep him out, and I mean, they're going to start Brett Ripon. They're not going to start Philip Rivers. But like, could you
Yeah.
imagine? Is Philip is
Really?
he going to even be on the active roster?
He
Like, come
practiced. I think his first practice was yesterday.
like he's just on the practice squad though. He's not actually on the roster. You can't put him in, right?
But you can activate him before the
Yeah,
weekend.
do you think they act? I mean, they probably activate him if Leonard's not going, but
So the Hall of Fame thing. it only delays it 5 years if he takes a snap, not if he's on the active roster.
Okay.
Interesting.
So they can activate him, but once he takes a snap, then his Hall of Fame is delayed 5 years.
Okay. Okay. I got you.
So I
You
don't know.
probably can give a fuck about the Hall of Fame, bro. Like,
I don't think because he's just going to get in it in 5 years. It's not like,
yeah.
man,
Yeah.
it's so hard. It's so hard. Why would he do it if he's not planning on playing?
Yeah. I mean, dude, just like the fact of it, this is literally the year of the Youngs right now. So you got Phillip Rivers coming back. You got Matthew Stafford leading MVP. You got Aaron Rodgers atop the AFC North. Guys like Geno Smith and who am I forgetting? Like Tyrod Taylor. And who's the other? Oh, Kirk Cousins also starting. So, bro, we're seeing a lot of old heads at the quarterback position this year, which is
Hmm.
I feel like we're getting old, man. Like it's gonna be so weird to see Aaron Rodgers not in the NFL next year. Like
Yeah.
that's like a huge wake up call. It's like holy shit, dude. Like I've been watching this dude the whole life, but yeah,
So,
we're getting up there. As far as the NFL, man, I feel like yeah. I mean the Chiefs. We can talk about the Chiefs like very briefly. They're completely offense is just
Not the
they.
same team.
Yeah, I
Not the
mean
same team.
to keep beating on the I don't even know that saying beating on the dead horse is that how
Yeah,
you say it?
beating the dead
beating a
horse.
dead
keep
Yeah.
keep
horse.
keep beating the dead horse with the Chiefs and just how their offense they can't keep the right skill players. They keep getting the last draft picks and yeah, they're a complete mess right now. And Patrick Mahomes is not the perfect either. I mean, he missed like what like four passes at
Dude,
least,
that was the most I've ever
turnovers.
heard Collinsworth plays him. Like the most by far. I don't
Really?
know. He was like glazing his incompletions. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, especially when like CJ Stroud definitely is out here making third down conversions and stuff. But he was giving CJ Stroud some comp some
Yeah.
I think he just loves quarterbacks, bro. I think he just glazes any is there a quarterback that Chris Collinsworth doesn't glaze?
No,
Real
he's just a
question.
cool guy. He's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah. But yeah, so as we just got Matt, he just joined in the pod, so welcome Matt. We were gonna shift into college football because that has been the greatest the most topics that like so we were on TikTok live the other day watching the college football playoff reaction and we were talking about it looking at the rankings and we're like dude yeah Notre Dame's a lock man I wonder if they're gonna put Bama in there so we see Bama get placed at 9 we're like all right damn it's gonna be Bama Notre Dame all of a sudden I see the Miami Hurricanes logo pop up on there I'm like what the fuck is going on how I still just don't understand how Notre Dame can get blue balled that badly. And with all the stuff that's coming out with the Notre Dame commissioner, I 100% agree with them. How do you consistently for 5 weeks straight just say, "Oh yeah, Notre Dame is you're in there. You're above Bama. Bama jumps them for some fucking reason because they beat 5-7 Auburn by like a one score game within Auburn had like 7 drops. So they somehow jump them. And how do you just like I 100% agree everything that Notre Dame athletic department or AD's doing and that Marcus Freeman the opting out of the bowl game was 100% right because you're basically putting the middle finger to SEC ESPN and saying you're not getting money off of us. You're not getting money off of our name because you decide to partner with the ACC and the SEC and you wanted to put Miami in there because of TV rights. You don't want to hurt that deal. So I 100% agree with that. Matt, I know that you're not a Notre Dame fan, but as a
Yeah.
non Notre Dame fan, like, do you see the controversy that's surrounding this? Like,
I mean,
why people are upset?
100%. I mean, you could point the finger at Miami, you could point the finger at Notre Dame or at Alabama, but I think, like you said, it's really on the committee. I think your biggest gripe is that for 5 weeks you were ahead of Miami, and really that's where the finger has to be pointed. If they knew that this was a possibility, they should have never been ahead of Miami.
Hmm.
And again, there's no one else to blame but the committee, but you're not going to leave out the SEC champion, or not the SEC champion, the SEC number one seed going into the SEC championship game, regardless of the results. There's no point. You can't take away those conference championship weekends. They generate too much money. And if they were willing, if they had that conversation, okay, we're willing to get rid of these championship games, fine. That was a decision they were going to have to make, and I don't think they were ready to make that decision. I don't think they were ready to be the group that gets rid of the championship games. And I know
But
you're like,
like,
oh, they got
yeah,
blown out.
how do you work around that? Because I'm trying to think like, okay, you can't pick the bracket before the conference championships because you want the conference championships winners in there.
I mean,
But like,
the writing was on the wall. As soon as they moved them ahead of Notre Dame, they were essentially a lock. I mean, they were a lock.
mm,
They got blown out. They got boat raced. There's no way around it. They were 100% a lock going into the championship game. So then I think honestly what did it was the ACC championship. You were all for Duke, and I think Duke making their no ACC champion in the playoffs ultimately led to that. And I
mhm,
think BYU not keeping it close, which was something that I mentioned to you, which again is kind of bullshit because Bama didn't keep it close and they didn't move. But I think BYU also getting boat raced allowed them to move Miami ahead
mhm.
um, for that head-to-head comparison. And like you said, they're just not going to leave out a Power Four team. And it's tough, but the
Mhm.
finger has to go to the committee because there's no one else to blame. If they knew this was a possibility, there's no reason they should have dangled the playoffs in front of Notre Dame for 5 weeks.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right because the more you think about it, it's ESPN or the committee. They're not going to leave out a powerful championship, and especially the ACC. They're not going to leave out the ACC, who they have this mega TV deal with. They can't leave out that conference, especially when you're getting Jim Phillips on there pressuring them, the whole ACC conference pressuring all over social media. They can't leave them out there. And yeah, Duke winning obviously screwed everything up. They can't put Duke in there with 5 losses. I get that. So you got to put Miami. So I'm not even upset about Miami. I am still upset about Alabama because, like I always said, the recency bias has to play a factor. Alabama, the last 5 weeks has been horrible. They're scraping by. Did the committee not watch them versus Auburn? I seriously think that Auburn game, you can argue, was their worst game of the season, and they jump ahead Notre Dame after that. Like, oh, and just to get blown out by Georgia. And the funny thing is, too, is Alabama's probably going to beat Oklahoma first round. Like 100%. Alabama is definitely going to win because Oklahoma's even worse. You can honestly argue Oklahoma shouldn't be in the playoff, but
I mean, Oklahoma already beat Bama, no?
they did already beat them.
Three
But
turnovers to zero. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be pulling for Bama for sure, but I see
Bama's the
what you're
favorite,
saying.
right?
I mean, yeah, it's basically a pick 'em, but
Is it basically a pick 'em? Oh, yeah, okay. Because, I mean, Oklahoma's defense is very good, but their offense is probably worse than Bama, which is probably, if you're
I don't
worse than
trust
Bama.
either of those quarterbacks to go win the game. I don't even like Ty Simpson looked terrible against Georgia. That
Mm-hmm.
Alabama defense looked awful against Georgia. Like, I mean, they're at rock bottom right now. We can see if they can get something
I
going.
see that's where I disagree. I don't think they looked horrible. I think the offense looked terrific, but you have to think blocked punt. I think three of their four touchdowns were plus territory field position, which again, that
Mm-hmm.
comes from a lack of offense, but that's the same reason they lost the Oklahoma game. They gave them 17 points off of turnovers,
Yeah.
three plus territory touchdowns, which I mean the defense can only do so much. They're playing pretty good when, the field position's in their favor, but you can only do so much. But
What
I mean,
about
to your
What about
point,
so Ty Simp? I wanted to ask. So Ty Simpson. So you've been watching Bama. I was looking today on like the NFL draft boards, and you go on NFL Draft Buzz, which is like just ranks all the top prospects. Ty Simpson is still the number one ranked quarterback prospect according to that site right now. Which is I use them a lot for NFL Draft Buzz. This is um, which is it Ty Simpson right now that's really struggling? Is it the O line that's causing it? Because even in the championship game, you're seeing people want Austin Mack in there mid game, do some Tua type shit.
right?
Um, like, is it a Ty Simpson issue? Is it the receivers not stepping up because Ryan Williams is struggling, or is it the O line? Like, what do you think is the main issue for the offense right now? Why is it struggling?
I think the biggest issue is that there's no run game, and when there's no run game, it's just so obvious that you're passing the ball.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, didn't help Jam Miller's hurt and
Yeah.
Kevin Riley's hurt, but
Yeah.
I mean, Daniel Hill, he's just 260 pounds of girth, so he has like zero separation, and the offensive line, no matter how talented they are, they just couldn't block a hole. Their
Yeah.
life depended on it. And if you're not a threat in the run game, they're gonna play the pass, they're gonna dial up heat, and they're gonna give Ty different looks, and he just hasn't executed. I mean, like you said, people are on Bama Twitter, Bama forums are calling for Keelan Russell, Austin Mack to get in there, and it's like I get it, but this guy's made some baller throws. I mean,
Yeah.
you just
You
gotta hope
can't
that
bench him.
something you just gotta hope that something turns around. I mean,
Hmm.
I feel like Bama's really good coming off buys, so like you said, I think they get it done in Norman. I can't wait to watch them play Indiana. Um,
That's gonna be a sweet game.
yeah, I mean, let's
That
hope they could get to the Rose Bowl first, but
Yeah. I mean, just looking at this whole bracket, I mean, obviously we have two G5 teams in there, which kind of sucks for the first round. Which is there, I'm glad that there's NFL on that Saturday with the two G5 games because we actually have some good football to watch because we get to see the Bears Packers. I don't know who's going to be too. I don't know what person in the right mind is going to choose watching. What is the night game? Is it Oregon? JMU? I think
Oregon
that's the second.
JMU, I think
I don't
so.
know
Yeah.
what person in the right mind is going to choose to watch Oregon JMU over the Packers Bears. So at least we got some NFL on that day. But
Yeah.
like, you look at Oregon, man. I mean, that's a first round bye. Then they play Texas Tech. I know Texas Tech is good, but I think if you're the Oregon Ducks right now, you're feeling very good about your road to the national championship because you don't got to play Ohio State or Georgia, which I believe are the top two teams still. Those are the two. Like Indiana's good, but I still think Ohio State and Georgia are the two biggest threats. They're the two favorites. Um, we got to see Texas Tech's offense a little bit better, and so yeah, I love the path for Oregon, even Georgia, man. I mean, Ole Miss. I'm interested to see how they come out without Lane Kiffin. Like if it would be like as much shit as I give the G5 and a lot of people get the G5, if I feel like there's at least a shot that Tulane can create some buzz in that opening round versus Ole Miss. Um, just because
Yeah.
like the whole controversy that's going around. So like if there is a game to watch between that and the JMU, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
And then obviously Miami Texas A&M is going to be a pretty good game. But it would be funny if A&M completely just routed them, and then after all this debate, Miami's just a fucking one and done.
Mhm.
But yeah, we'll see. I
Criminal
mean,
that game's the noon game, or is it 11? I mean,
yeah,
that over JMU Oregon, like why put that at 12? No one's gonna watch that.
is
College
that just
State,
because the TV deals?
I have no idea, but I know College Station at night in a playoff game would be unreal.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think the two later games are on like HBO Max or something,
Oh,
some
really?
shit like that. Yeah, so which makes it even worse. You got to pay to watch fucking Oregon stomp JMU. But yeah, no, good job playoff bracket. But who's like your favorite? Who do you think has the clearest path? And like, is it Ohio State, Georgia, Indiana? What are your guys' take right now on national
Oregon.
champion?
Oregon has a nice road, dude.
Yeah, 100.
We were
percent
just saying this last time, or maybe it was the TikTok live.
Hmm.
Dude, you beat like I think it's pretty clear they're gonna beat up on Texas Tech. I think that spread's gonna be like maybe 7 to 10 points. I'm not totally sure.
Dude, that's a reach. You think?
Dude, this Oregon team's legit. I think Dante Moore is the best pure passer in the country, and I
I
don't think
agree
that's a
with
bold
you.
take. I
I,
I
for a
think the
7 to 10
rematch
point
against
favorite over
I don't
Texas
know.
Tech,
I don't know, dude.
they
I
could
think
be.
the hypothetical lines came out on DraftKings. If either of you have DraftKings.
Dude, all
Oh,
these
okay.
hypothetical lines are actually hilarious, bro. You just make a Josh Pate every fucking 2 hours is tweeting out some hypothetical line. And first of all, they're all Notre Dame is favored, but Notre Dame's out of the playoff. But also, you see that tweet of the EPA It was like the EPA win some shit, like some random stat that does measure like the top teams in the country. Notre Dame is clearly top right or top, yeah, top right,
I
and
mean,
with Ohio State, Georgia. But
they
no,
just won 10 straight. They're
we're gonna leave
hot.
them out.
I mean, I know you're a Notre Dame fan, but you have to think they lost their two best games of the year.
And then they won 10 in a row, and they lost their two best games this year by a combined 4 points.
The, the
They lost the two best games that they played. I mean, I get it's at the beginning
yeah,
of the season,
with the
but
rookie
And
quarterback.
Miami lost.
No.
Miami lost
Ugh.
two of the mid-tier games that they played.
I get it. But again, head to head has to
Head to
matter,
head.
and
Head to
and
head holds a lot of weight.
I actually this is the argument that I disagree with. I say fuck head to head. Like what is head to head really? You want the best teams in the playoff.
right.
You
But
want the best teams. Just
why
because
why why would Miami even play Notre Dame then? If you beat them and
Yeah.
then you're still ranked behind them. So the
do
only
we
point that I think you can make there is that Notre Dame's 10-2 with a loss to Miami isn't equal to Miami's 10-2 because
that's the
my
point.
no. I don't think you understand what I'm saying though. Like Miami's losses don't compare to Notre Dame's losses, and like
Yeah.
Miami is one of Notre Dame's losses, as well as like I think you already said that, but I think that's the argument that I've seen that you can make. But again, like you can't take away from playing the game on the field. If you're getting away from that,
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous.
It's just so messy. Imagine the Big Ten wasn't the two best teams in the championship, just like we saw in the ACC. Like, this would be a mess.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about it more of the entertainment perspective. Like college football is turning into with this whole NIL, it's turning into an entertainment product, and we want to see the best 12 teams. And you measure the best 12 teams by a bunch of different like I'm not trying to say turn it into all like AI and basically stat based. I'm not saying that. But you got to take into consideration the eye test. Head to head shouldn't, like, yeah, we talk head to head week one game with Notre Dame, who's an extremely young team, are obviously a completely different team at the end of the year. Like, I know this is the hypothetical bullshit, but like,
How do you objectify eye test though? Because eye test
you really
is
can't though. Like that's the thing. You really can't objectify. Like I would like to think the committee is a bunch of just like they're all former players and they've all watched a lot of ball. Like they can all universally agree. Like all right, we know Notre Dame is clearly a different team than Week One, and if we match them in Miami on a neutral site too, they were at Miami too. Like they were playing away. This was an away game. Like if you put them on a neutral site right now 8 times out of 10, we got to agree Notre Dame is going to win.
but the only data point you have is that Miami has won, so it's hard to make that claim. Like
It's hard, but like maybe I'm just delusional or
you're a
something.
homer, you're a homer.
I
Like,
think,
am I? I don't know, man. Like, there's just so much aspects to it, and dude, there was a point that I wanted to bring up, but I completely just lost my train of thought. Um, but yeah, from Miami's perspective, you lose to Louisville and SMU. Notre Dame loses to Texas A&M and Miami, and people are saying, "Oh, well, Miami beat Notre Dame." If everyone's downplaying Notre Dame now, then Miami's wins aren't that good. If you're going to downplay Notre Dame,
I,
Mm,
I,
Yeah.
I, I agree with the 16 team expansion. You give 11 at large bids, 5 automatic qualifiers. Done. It's the top 11 teams, 5 automatic qualifiers.
or I kind of like the idea of the play-in this weekend. Like you do like two play-in games with the Army because it's only Army Navy this weekend. What if you did like instead of you have those two spots remaining, but
You
like
play
let's
what,
say
Notre Dame, Texas.
Notre Dame plays Texas and Vanderbilt plays Miami, and you do two of those games. Winner gets in the playoff. I kind of like that.
It would have to be a different team if Miami's already in. It would be Vandy,
No, no,
BYU.
no, no. It would be Miami or no, it would be Miami, Notre Dame, BYU, Bama.
Miami.
But like how? But then you got to think about like how many years are we really gonna have a race this in debate close like this though?
I mean, every year there's two or three teams. Last year was SMU, Alabama.
Yeah.
Uh, Before that, I mean, Bama outdid Florida State and
So
Georgia.
See, but like you think about that, I 100% agree with Bama going in over Florida State
Yeah.
because eye test Florida State lost their quarterback. Why would we put Florida State in there?
bro, undefeated conference championship.
They
They
lost
crawled to
60.
the finish line. They were
They
Yeah.
lost
crawling.
60 to fucking 0
The
in their bowl
63-3.
game.
63-3.
63 to 3. I don't give a fuck if you're undefeated,
About
bro. You
half their
guys aren't
team.
good.
Dude, Georgia laid it down on them. Oh my
Yeah, that was the best, dude. I remember watching that shit was so
god.
funny. So funny. But I'm just hoping we get some good games. Like, it just sucks that we only get 2 good games in the first round. Like, the first round's not even that hyped up to me. Like, we're watching Monday Night Football, and Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are like, yeah, there's some very exciting games first round. Can't wait for this Oregon JMU game. Bullshit. You're not even going to tune in. You're going to be snoozing during
What's
that
the
entire
spread?
fucking game. Like, jeez,
You know what the
bro.
spread is?
It's like 20 and a half.
I think
Oh,
that
but
is what it
JMU
is.
fans are like, all right, yeah, it's cool to see some G5. You know, what do you mean you're ripping what do you mean you're ripping the G5 teams? Give JMU some love. We're gonna see a Cinderella run. That'd be awesome. This isn't fucking college basketball. This is grown men. This is a completely different sport. Oregon, dude, I'm honestly worried for JMU because this is a whole different tier of talent. Whole different tier of talent. Where if I'm JMU quarterback and my offensive line is going up against this Oregon front, they're getting destroyed every play. JMU's quarterback has got to be scared for his life right now
Yeah,
because
didn't
he's gonna get on the ground every single fucking play. Every play, he's on the
didn't
ground.
they get smoked by Louisville, the only Power 4 team they played? Or am I tripping?
I seriously haven't looked at JMU's into them much because it doesn't matter. They're not like they just became a Division 1 program. What, like 4 years ago? Or
They didn't
not?
get
Not Division
smoked,
One. Not
but
Division One. FBS. I mean
they
FBS
got
program.
they got beat by 2 scores, 28-14 to Louisville.
Yeah.
The,
Let's
the
put
only
it.
power the only Power 4 team they played.
Let's put JMU in the college football playoff over the Texas Longhorns or even Vanderbilt. I mean, shit. Put fucking USC in there. They'll at least put up a fight. Like, I'd rather watch Michigan. I'd rather watch fucking any single other Big Ten school. I'd rather watch Michigan State
You know
or
who's really at
Rutgers.
fault here is the ACC office for whatever
Yeah.
weird ass tiebreaker they concocted.
Yeah.
Actually, 7-5 Duke, you get the nod here. Like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I seriously would have put Duke in. I seriously would have put Duke in there. I mean, this is the whole. I mean, they put Miami, so it's whatever. But I would have put Duke. If you want to go off eye test, Duke
Yeah.
is the better team than JMU. We all know that. There's no debate on that. But no, let's go. Let's put JMU. The fucking Dukes. Go Dukes, baby. Go Dukes. Like, I was in work the other day, and I was listening to this speaker, and her one of her kids went to JMU, and she was like hyping up the playoff. I'm like, bro, why are you even watching? Like, it'll be cool. It's like the Lehigh, like Lehigh when they played Villanova. Like, it's cool. Like, but actually, I can't even compare that to Lehigh, never mind. Because Lehigh was favored, bro, but they absolutely
Yeah.
choked. Um, but yeah, man. I mean, hopefully the second round games will be cool. Obviously, we got 2 good first round games, so we'll be tuning into those. But just hope we
Second
get
round
some good
should be
ball.
sweet. I mean, Georgia should wax whoever they play. I don't think Ole Miss is great.
I mean, they played
Yeah,
earlier. Ole Miss was up 9 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
yeah,
Those Georgia teams just look so good recently. We'll see.
yeah. Georgia does look pretty unstoppable right now, I will say.
That's why
But
you were surprised they were the 3. You were
yeah, I
surprised
thought they
Ohio
would jump
State
to
didn't
2
jump
for
to the
sure.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, but Ohio State, to me, I feel like they needed that loss. And the more I was thinking about it, obviously I made the prediction that Ohio State was going to give Indiana a reality check. Fumbled on that one. I'll take ownership, but I think that Ohio State needed that loss. And the more I think about it, all right, they were coming off the big high morale Michigan win. Now they got to go to the Big Ten championship and face a really good Indiana team. Probably weren't all there, a little banged up. But this is almost like the reality check. I mean, they lost to Michigan last year, went ahead and won the national championship. So they kind of needed that punch in the mouth, a little adversity. So I think that'll be good for them. But it's kind of like what Dave Portnoy said. It's like, are you really? This is champion season. If you go ahead and win the national championship, does it really count? Because you weren't Big Ten champions. I mean,
They were
it's
Big
just
Ten champions last year.
yeah. But like, dude, does it really count? Like you want the whole trifecta, beating Michigan, Big Ten
It's
champions,
it's
national
almost
champions.
like disadvantageous though. I mean, because those teams have literally a month off if you're a top four seed.
Hmm. That's also crazy too. Like the whole format too. Like how is it
We
spaced
should be
out?
having games this weekend. Like that's the part that they're also discussing for like
Hmm.
coaching carousel and that. Like format needs to change. We shouldn't be watching college football into January 20th. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, like obviously the Army Navy game is really cool. I always love it, but like it's this weekend's weird when it's only just Army Navy. Like what are all these other teams doing? Especially from a you almost get out of your mojo a little bit, like, as a player on the teams, like you're taking this whole huge break, and then you got like these random bowl games that just pop up out of nowhere. And even bowl season is so long. Like some of the
Yeah.
bowl games are what? January, like the Duke's Mayo Bowls, like the late first week of January. So this team played their last game in November. They don't even play a game in December.
Yeah.
Like
Dude,
it's actually
well,
so wild. What do you do? Do you go
imagine.
home for Christmas break, or do you just stay there and practice for a month?
It's weird. I feel like
Yeah.
so many more, like nobody watches Lehigh versus Lafayette. But if it was this weekend, everyone would watch it. Everyone would
Yeah.
be like, oh, this is the oldest rivalry. Let me watch.
Well, low key, do we? I think we do have some FCS playoffs this weekend. I
Do we? We
believe.
probably. I mean, yeah, it's the next round. So I think Montana
How about those
plays.
Redbirds
I was
upsetting
just about
North
to say
Dakota?
that Illinois State takes down North Dakota State. Like, holy shit, that was a big dub. I didn't tune into the game. You got any highlights from that or
Idaho might play. I forget.
Tommy Ritt had like four interceptions, and then
four
they, s-
interceptions?
yeah, going into
Oh
like the
wow,
fourth quarter, they were down 14 with 4.5 minutes to go. Ended up scoring a touchdown and then scored another touchdown. Said, screw it, we're going for two. Converted the 2-point conversion. 50 seconds left. Defense held. Yeah, it
yeah,
was
Wow.
storybook scene. People were saying it was like upsetting the 73-9 Warriors. That's how good North Dakota State is. I don't know. I haven't
yeah.
tuned into them, but apparently they're the real deal.
No,
They
they
were
are. Them
pretty
in like
strong.
Montana State are like top dogs. I mean, they could probably beat a lot of FBS schools.
Yeah,
But that's yeah. Shout out them Redbirds. I mean,
that's crazy.
yeah, you gotta give them credit there. But I mean, yeah, do we tune into bowl games? Like, I'm trying to think too. Like, do we go ahead and watch these bowl games? Because obviously it's a lot with the whole NAL. It's like, do you get the same players? And like, are you guys watching them? Like for
Who opts
example,
out? Like, is everyone opting out? Or
I think 7 teams not opted out. I mean, obviously we know Notre Dame not opted out. Which, by the way, I was thinking if Notre Dame was in the bowl season, what bowl would they be in? Is it the Pop Stars Bowl, like they were talking about?
I think they would have played BYU in whatever.
So who's BYU playing?
probably
I think
Texas.
No,
It's
Texas is
Vanderbilt.
playing
no.
Michigan.
It's Vanderbilt then.
Vanderbilt's playing Iowa.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was trying. Did that even come out, or is BYU just get screwed?
Wouldn't the 13 play the 14?
They
Yeah, I mean
face
usually, but
number 22 Georgia Tech.
it's
Oh,
BYU Georgia Tech. Yeah,
that's
like
stupid.
That must yeah. So that's just because Notre Dame said they're out before they schedule or after they schedule or before they schedule the game.
yeah, exactly. Um, but like, dude, like, am I gonna go ahead and like really die to tune in against like Western Kentucky, Southern Miss, and the New Orleans Bowl?
No.
Loki, that's probably some good football though, because you probably got a lot of your players still on there. But Yeah, I mean, I kind of miss bowl season in a sense. Like, obviously, we love the playoffs, but I remember like a couple of years ago when like it was only bowls and like the 14 playoff, and
Mhm.
in a sense, it was kind of like they were kind of fun to watch. But like
Yeah.
now, it's just complete just practice squads, getting reps in and shit.
Yeah.
So
It's so hard to make a perfect system.
yeah, it really is. I
Like
mean,
you remember even a couple years ago when Sauce was on and
since
Desmond Ritter was
Cincinnati,
on
yeah.
since like I think that was a 14-point spread versus Bama. People were like,
Mm,
no way it would even be close. I think they ended up winning. I think Bama ended up winning by like 17 or 14, like right on the dot.
yeah,
Um, even with that, people thought it was going to be a blowout.
yeah.
But I
But
think like if Indiana played Texas Tech, I don't think it would be that crazy right now.
yeah, I mean, it's probably. I mean, they're all like under 10 point
It'd
lines. I
be,
would
it'd be way
assume.
tighter than that back then.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I feel like anything in the second round and up is going to be a 10 point or below spread,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, any final thoughts here on anything else we want to really bring up?
Let's go national championship predictions.
I think we see Oregon in there. I think we see an Oregon versus like I wouldn't mind seeing Oregon Ohio State, a little Big Ten.
You think
Say
Oregon
screw
gets their
you,
revenge?
SEC.
Revenge on Indiana?
Yeah, I do. If they match up, I think Oregon gets revenge, and I think the Ohio State Georgia is what we all want to see. That would be a really fun one. But it'd just be fitting. I feel like we want to see Ohio State, Georgia, and then Ohio State or Oregon, Indiana. Those would be a pretty fire Final Four, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, I just, yeah, like I don't think Ole Miss has a shot. I don't think Oklahoma has a shot. I don't think Bama has a shot. A&M and Miami both don't have shots. Miami low-key does have a shot. I actually take that back. A&M quarterback situation is going to hold them back, but Miami does got
Is
some
Reed
weapons in the
hurt?
trenches. He's not hurt, but bro, he sucks.
He
Marcel
does
Reed is
stink.
like, yes, as a passer. If you look at all of off the top of my head, I don't know those stats, but if you look at the games where he was an effective passer, they were all dog shit teams. Any single time they played a team with somewhat of a pulse, he was horrible, horrible. Couldn't throw the ball, a lot of inaccuracy, and that's why he's coming back for next year. Like he's not going to the NFL draft. He's coming back because he needs to improve on that. So I wouldn't trust him. I think he's very turnover prone.
Maybe the committee knew that, and that's why they held out Notre Dame.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
They
Like,
used
even
the
A&M,
eye test on that.
Even the A&M game, like A&M got bailed out by that defensive pass interference at the end, and Marcel Reed threw up the dagger on fourth and goal that Marcel Reed threw 2 plays before he threw a ball into the end zone that went right through the Notre Dame cornerback's hands. Should have been picked off. Game over. Right through his hands. Very nice play. He dirts a ball that could have also been picked. Fourth and goal, finally gets a guy open. And then they obviously get the 2 pointer. I mean, like, Notre Dame has just got bad beat. Bad fucking beats after bad beat, man. But this is probably the biggest snub ever in college football history, in my opinion. Notre Dame out of the playoff. But what are you gonna do? You see the bid yet, or you see the what's going on next year with they're guaranteed a spot if they're ranked inside the top 12, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Committee's just gonna have to
that's
find a way to
Crazy.
box them out of the top 12.
like literally, bro. They run their shit, bro. They're literally Notre Dame is a conference. The
Yeah.
Independence is their own conference, and they run it. But yeah, man, I feel like we talked a good amount. I think playoff, obviously, we are excited as much as we love to joke about it. It's going to be a fun time to watch it, but we got some time before to kind of build up the hype around it, and obviously, oh, Army Navy game picks real quick. Who we got?
Navy all day.
Blake Horvath.
Bo all day.
Navy
Give
is
me
a 6 point favorite, so
give me Army.
yeah, let's go
Mhm.
underdog. Damn, give me the under too, 38 and a half, always under, but.
Have to.
Yeah, yeah, should be a good one. But obviously, we got some good NFL. We might try to do another pod this week. We'll see. So tune in for that. But yeah, it was a great, good talk, Matt. Thanks for
Sounds
joining
good.
as always.
Yep.
And
Pleasure.
You don't know
yeah,
ball, but we do.
yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
See you guys. Thanks,
Yeah.
Matt. See you
See
guys.